Today we're going to be polishing the frets of this guitar. This is a second-hand guitar that I recently got, and the frets and the fretboard are a little bit dirty, and so we're going to be cleaning that up a bit. The frets are a bit tarnished and also a bit rusty as well. While this is a second-hand guitar, this is pretty much in brand new condition, and so the frets are still in very good shape. It's been fully set up and checked for no buzzing as well, and so all we're going to be doing is a polish today. For the first part of the process, I like to use fret erasers. I use these ones from Crimson Guitars. I'll leave a link down below. These are the super fine and fine grit ones. We'll start with the fine grit first. Since I'm doing this more as maintenance, I'm going to be using fret guards as opposed to taping up the entire fretboard, but up to you. If you like to tape up the whole fretboard, you can do that as well. What you do with the erasers is to polish each of the frets until the color is pretty much uniform across the fret, and then you can move up the fretboard until all of them are done. Hopefully it'll focus properly here. This is how it should look after the fine grit has been used on the entire fretboard. It'll still be fairly shiny, but it won't be a mirror sheen. Next we'll do the same with the super fine grit and go up the entire fretboard. So this is what it looks like after we've gone through all the frets with super fine. As you'll see, it's already fairly shiny. To be honest, a lot of people might just stop here and call it a day. For today's video, we're going to go one extra step and try to polish these until we get a mirror shine. There are various ways to do this. One way is to use micro mesh cloth like the ones that you see here. What you do is you just take this and rub on all of the frets up and down until they shine as much as possible. But today we're going to try to make this as smooth and ultra mirror shine as possible, and to do that we're going to be using metal polish and a buffing wheel. I use Autosol for my metal polish. As long as you choose one that's safe for nickel, it should be fine. So what I usually do is I take a cotton swab and apply a little bit of metal polish to each of the frets. Then we take the rotary tool and the buffing wheel and we just buff out each of the frets until they reach a mirror shine. Here's what the frets look like after polishing. You'll see that it's very reflective now, and also the frets themselves are very smooth. This next step, I think, is the most important step that many people don't mention in their videos or in their tutorials. This is also the reason why a lot of people have doubts as to whether you should use metal polish or do any of this stuff, because after they do it, they get their hands all black and they think that they're ruining their frets or whatever. That's not the case. What you really need to do after a good polish is to take some mineral spirits, wipe down your fretboard, and then make sure that all of the gunk and everything is clean first before you start stringing up your guitar. As you wipe, you'll see that the amount of black residue that comes off onto whatever you're using, towel or napkin or whatever, that will reduce over time. What you're really trying to do is clean it up to the point where if it's your guitar, you're not going to get your hands dirty, or if it's a customer's guitar, you're not going to get their hands dirty. Since this was a second-hand guitar, the fretboard also needed a little bit of rehydrating, and so we're going to apply a little bit of oil onto the fretboard just to give it that darker sheen again. And here it is, all strung up and ready to go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching and see you next time.